There's a rapper and songwriter from Connecticut, USA, called Witt Lowry. No idea who this is, but there's a song called Last Letter. And as I was looking at people's conversations on Reddit about song suggestions, I came across this one. Let's see if these strangers on the internet that I may never meet were right about this. Is this powerful? Is this impactful? We'll find out.
I miss you. Fuck it, this might be the hardest song I've ever had to write. Yeah, I dreamt about you last night. I only see you when I close my eyes tight. Yeah, I wish I told you how I felt before you left, but it just never felt right. Yeah. I wish I told you everything before you left. I won't forget the day that they found the growth in your chest. The cancer took a hold of your body and then it spread. I talk to you more now than I ever did. I'm a mess. This song will never capture the pain that I could express. I learned from you that nothing is perfect, but try your best. I know you had your demons, a younger me didn't get. And out of all our demons, our biggest might be regret. Relate more than ever. Remember back when I would only see you every other week, and every other Wednesday you would take us out to eat. Mom and you had split, so we're living in between. Looking up the word divorce to understand what it could mean, but I don't understand. Mom is with another man. You been drinking heavier than me, was just another can. Caught you for the broken homes, we were just another fam. Could've left like other dads, you had another plan. So you stuck around, that's a life that you probably would never choose. You bottled it inside and that bottle turned into booze. The anger took a hold and your body took the abuse, but finally found sobriety. Cried when I got the news, I know been hurting more than I show. Inspired by your story, couple things you should know. I met this girl at my show, teared up by what I was told. She said I'm sober because of you, you do way more than you know. And I said, oh, please grant me the serenity to accept everything I cannot change. You always told me that do anything to have you back, see you one day. Stay so optimistic. You started chemo, fought the battle, never quit. That really left an imprint. And we would talk about our lives, and after this, how we would live them different. See, mommy, you would put your differences aside. Every day she would visit, see the love in your vision, see the hurt in your smile. Your wisdom is what I'm missing the most. I'll never be ready to let you go. I've never felt so helpless, it's out of both our control. You told me how you wanted to travel, next thing you'll go and your body had become fragile. Not once did you lose your soul, we were told it was progressing and you had less than a week. True love is every tear when we told you we had to leave. And how we were conversing, not once did we need to speak. Then one day in late October you passed away in your sleep. I've been crying when I think about it. I miss your smile, I miss your laugh, and now I live without it. I told you music was my passion and you never doubted. And people tell me they relate, but now I truly doubt it. Remember crying on your grave and yelling up to you, how did I lose my way? I won't forget that summer was some of my darkest days. Was asking for a sign, sat in my tears and prayed. When I saw the sign you sent me that day was forever changed. I know I should have been a better me. Well, blame me when we argue, I said things I didn't mean. Me and you are who our issue should have always been between. So I'm sorry for the lack of communication from me. I just wish that you were here so you could watch me with a Grammy. But more importantly, to build a family. I hope I make you proud and become everything I can be. I hope they play it loud and send this letter where I can't reach the silly mark. Oh, please grant me the serenity to accept everything I cannot change. You always told me that do anything to have you back, see you one day. I wonder if you see me when I fall, yeah. I wonder if you hear me now at all. Maybe if the world played this through speakers, I'll be loud enough to reach you in your ear. My last
Oh my goodness. You know, I see a video here on the side talking about if is this another how could you leave us? And I know people I can imagine people are going to want to compare this to an F or to Ren Eminem, but mostly an F, I would say. How could you leave us in those songs? And while it's very similar in style, right? We got a rapper here making us cry, talking about real personal things. I want to take a moment to acknowledge there are so many people that can relate to this type of story, and everyone's story is unique. While it has that feel of how could you leave us, to me, probably to many people, Witt Lowry is a rapper in his own right, and very talented one, by the way. His word plays, his cadence flow was beautiful. There was something melodic about it, something very storytelling like that carried me through. This one, I don't know, I haven't heard his other songs yet, so maybe there's a lot of other ways that he goes about rapping, a lot of different cadence flows and literary art when in his performances. But with this one particularly, it was strong on the storytelling, and that was what was beautiful to me. My focus wasn't, oh snap, these cadence flows, and oh wow, that bar, oh look at that, alliteration. It was really storytelling, strong storytelling skills, beautiful flow that carried it through, where the focus wasn't, ooh, he's spitting fast or whatever. And I love that about rap, that it's really not all the same. And even if you have rappers that may remind you of one another, they're still unique in their own rights, with their own style, his own timbre to his voice, his own flow, and his own story, right? Where NF spoke about things, and I'm only using that as a reference point, not to compare in a negative sense, where NF shed light on his story and it got to us because many of us could relate. Witt over here, Witt Lowry, with Last Letter, is touching on something very personal and painful. The crying in the beginning, the way his voice cracks is very real and personal. And I think we live in a time where we are hungry for that, for us to be able to have conversations about the hard stuff, for us to be able to see other people through music, through art, through their skills and talent and their hard work, uh, share parts of themselves, part of their hurt, part of what they've gone through. It opens up the door for us to realize we're not alone. Many of us know what it feels like to have lost a loved one, to wish that person wasn't alone in the last moments of their life. Where there's grief, conversation, questions about death, a sadness that just doesn't go away. And it's not that we stop missing people or time necessarily heals all wounds, even though that's the saying. Maybe it's that our capacity to sit with that grief grows. And we get to a place, maybe eventually, as we work through the stages of grief that are not linear, by the way, but that we can get to a place of acceptance. And I think music is such a great therapeutic way to process our hurt. But this song is relatable, and I commend Witt for being so real and vulnerable. Like I said, we are hungry for that in this day and age, especially. But I can imagine many of you can relate to that hurt of wishing you had a chance to say all the things you wanted to say, that wish of having a last letter, where you can either get a last letter for someone, wishing you could hear from them one more time, or being able to tell them something one more time. A very beautiful song. Make sure you go subscribe to Witt Lowry. This guy should have way more subscribers than he already does. Listen to Last Letter, put out a few years ago, millions of views, but should have so many more. So I'm going to link it here in the description. Who have you lost? Let me know in the comments who you'd like to remember. I know talking about them won't bring them back, but sometimes it can bring comfort to honor someone, to talk with one another, even virtually, about who this song made you think of. How does this impact you? Who would you like to remember? Make sure to subscribe to Witt and subscribe here as well. And I hope you're doing okay today in your grief and in your sadness and in your loneliness, that you know you're not alone. I don't see you physically. We're separated by a camera. But I hope you can find some comfort through listening to this and processing, maybe getting a good cry in, and being reminded that you're loved, that you are not forgotten. See you on the next ride.